Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I clean and reorganize my pantry. When I first moved in a few years ago, I did put a few systems in place to keep the pantry organized. However, since then I've had a baby. Me and my husband, we both have had lifestyle changes, which means our diet has changed as well. So we now need to accommodate for our new lifestyle and organise our daughter's snacks too. So in this video you'll see me do that. So if you've been putting off organising your pantry and you need motivation, then this is the video for you. I've got a few tips along the way that I'm going to share with you all that will hopefully help you tackle your pantry or an area in your household that desperately needs that attention. Now, first things first, you want to empty out your whole pantry. Now you can empty out one shelf at a time and clean and organise along the way, or you can empty out the full thing and then clean and get yourself organised. With myself, I'm taking everything out just because I want to start fresh, clean, with a blank canvas. Now this part can be a bit time consuming, mainly because you just don't realise how much stuff you actually have in your pantry until you pull everything out. But I promise you the end picture will look beautiful. Just please keep going. That would be my main advice at this point. Just keep going. When I started to clear everything out, I quickly realised I've got quite a few empty jars, etc. So this is all the more reason to get organising, as it does take up valuable space. This plastic storage unit you can see here is from Argos. I bought this about a year or two ago just to help maximise the pantry space. It also helps cover up all that ugly pipework behind that I don't want to see every day. I don't have loads of worktop space, but I was quite determined just to do the whole pantry rather than one shelf at a time, just simply because I needed to get this done while my daughter was asleep. So that included clearing everything out, cleaning it, organising it, and sorting through everything that possibly needed to be thrown away. So as you can see from my small to average size pantry, there's been quite a lot of things that have come out from it. So this is what the pantry looks like when it's completely empty. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to clean your shelves and the inside of your pantry. Now, depending on when you last cleaned, you might need to do a deep clean, but with myself, I'm just going to go with a damp microfiber cloth and some all-purpose spray. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my pantry, most items are in containers, jars, baskets, or in some kind of packaging. Yet somehow I always get crumbs on the floor. I just don't know how they get there, but this is why it's really important to clean every aspect of your pantry, because you just don't know what's fallen and how it even gets there, but it's always best to keep it clean. So my next tip to have a clean and organised pantry is to go through all the items that you removed from the pantry and have a look at the expiration date. You never know how long you've actually had items in there, and you'll be surprised to see how many items you actually have to throw away because it's gone out of date. So over here, I'm just going through the items, putting things back in its basket. There's some systems that worked absolutely fine for me, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going ahead with my 3-tier shelf that I got from Wilko, and I believe it was £5. And this system I have put in place when I first moved in, and like I said, it's been working absolutely fine for me. So just to make a bit of space on the worktop, I decided to put these items back. These large glass jars I bought from IKEA, and the smaller containers I purchased from Home Bargains. What I will do is all the items I've used to organise my pantry, I will list them down below in the description box. Anything that I can't find or is no longer available, I do apologise, I'll try and find a replacement instead. Now this is my absolute favourite part of organising a pantry. You get rid of all that ugly, bulky packaging that was taking up so much space in your pantry, and you get to put it in your preferred baskets, jars, containers. At this point you can label too. Now with myself personally, because we go through different snacks all the time, I decided not to label, but if you want to, you can do. Now don't feel you need to use top brand expensive products to organise your pantry. This jar that I'm using right here is leftover from fancy coffee I got a few years ago, and it's been storing my powdered mashed potato absolutely fine. I would suggest that if you are wanting to buy expensive branded containers, example OXO brand, then I would maybe buy them over time rather than buying it in bulk, just because it can be really expensive. With myself, I have been collecting them over a few years just because I've always watched out for them while they're on offer, rather than buying them when they're at full price. Usually they are on offer during Christmas time in Dunelm and Lakeland. Keeping certain items grouped together really helps. That way when you're cooking, you're not having to go through several different baskets just to make one meal. Everything's all together in one. I like to keep all my crisps and my daughter's snacks together, just simply because if I run out, I know I need to go out to the store and buy some more, rather than having to look through different cupboards and drawers in my kitchen to see if I've got any spare. My husband and I go through cans of fizz quite a bit. However, the way I was storing it before just meant that we didn't have easy access to it. Sometimes we didn't even know what kind of drink it has because it was just stored away in a corner. So you'll see what I do later on with the cans of pop. For now, I'm just going to turn this crate into a breakfast room. So once you've put a few items in their designated baskets and crates or bins, whatever it is you're using, what you can do is you can actually start putting them back into the pantry. Now, at this point you can play around a little bit, see what fits where. My advice would always be items that you're going to be using often to keep at eye level, and items that you won't be using that often to keep higher up. Now with this plastic storage unit, I did used to keep my onions in the top drawer. However, it was quite a large drawer for just one bag of onions. So I decided I'm going to put the onions together with the potatoes. And once I've cleaned that drawer out, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually put my cans of fizz in there, just because this will now help me and my husband see what kind of drinks we have. And if we are running low, we can always go out to the store and buy some more. In the second drawer, I'll be keeping all leftover items that didn't fit in the containers. So rather than keeping the actual packaging and the box that might take up too much space in the pantry, it's probably easier now and taking up less space. So 2.5 hours later, this is how the pantry looks. It just looks so much more refreshed. I've got empty jars that are now full. I've got like for like items together. And I've managed to put all my daughter's snacks together as well. I hope this video has helped motivate you tackle your pantry. Please keep me and my family in your sincere duas. Ramadan Mubarak, and inshallah I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.